into the second main topic today, which is going to be the Manchester United match against Birmingham City and some thoughts and observations from that particular match. So let's look at the lineup for Manchester United. So today, starting in goal, we had Mary Earps. In the left back position, we had Anna Batil. And in the center defending position, there was Amy Turner and Millie Turner. Millie Turner is proving every game that she's just fantastic on getting her head to corner kicks. Martha Harris played on the right back position. She took an injury earlier on in the half and had to be subbed off, but we'll get into that later. We had Haley Ladd, Katie Zellum, Jackie Gronin in the midfield, and then Ella Toon, Leah Galton, and Lauren James played up top. In the subs position, Kristen Press, Jess Sigsworth, Fran Bentley, Kirsty Smith, Kirsty Hansen, Maria Thorisdottir, who is the new signing from Chelsea FC, and Ivana Fuso. Overall impressions on the lineup, I think Casey Stoney got it right for this game, and it shows in the results because they won 2-0. I think that playing Lauren James ahead of Kristen Press was a good call because Lauren James has been in really great form as of late, and I would argue that Kristen Press is not. And it was further proved today because Lauren James had a ton of creativity. She created a ton of chances. She got an assist, and overall, she just played really well. So there's that. No Tobin Heath today. I believe from what we heard last week, she picked up an injury. From some of the accounts I follow on different platforms, it sounds like she was wearing a boot. That's purely speculation, so feel free to fact check me on that. But I don't see Tobin Heath playing in the next couple weeks if she's got a boot on, but I'm no physician. I'm no team doctor, so take that with a grain of salt. Um, Overall thoughts on the game. I think that they bounced back really, really well from their match against Chelsea the previous week. For those of you who don't know, last week Manchester United played against Chelsea FC and they lost to them by a score of 2-1. It was United's first loss of the season, which Chelsea remained unbeaten. Which, hey, full credit to them. That's hard to do, but I was a little worried that they would have a bit of trouble today, just kind of coping with that loss from last week, but they certainly proved me wrong. They bounced back very strongly and very well, and I think that's a full credit to Casey Stoney for tactically maybe trying a few different things and getting the team back and refocused. Uh, Having said that, there was a lot more creativity in the build up today and in the passing between the forward line. The forward line had the ball a lot more today than they did against Chelsea. The whole team in general had to defend less because they were always on the front foot. They were always attacking. One of the main things that I noticed was that in the game against Chelsea, I think United would try too much to just play the ball through the midfield and have the midfield facilitate to the wings and the forwards. But today, it seemed like they did not only that, but they also used the fullbacks a little bit more to facilitate the play. For example, Galton and Ella Toon might get the ball on the wing, and then the fullbacks would kind of fly to the right, and they'd be able to facilitate play that way as well. A little bit of give and go there, but the good part about all of that was is that the midfield I think was a little bit more accurate too. They were able to get the ball to the forwards, and I think with the forwards' creativity, they were able to create more chances. Lauren James had played out of her mind today. I think she was one of the best players in the match. Leah Galton, I think she had a bad week or a bad game last time out, and she stepped it up this game, ended up scoring a goal, which is a big difference maker. And I think Ella Toon, normally, if I'm not mistaken, I've been seeing her play in the central attacking midfield role, but today she played on the right wing, and she made the most of it. She exercised her creative oats as well and was able to score a goal on a tough angle. For those of you who didn't get a chance to watch the game, what happened was Kirsty Hansen was flying up the right wing. I'm trying to remember who she got the ball from, but she had to fight with a defender to get it. She crossed the ball into Ella Toon. Ella Toon took it with her right foot from across a goal, hit it off the post and went in, and that made the score 2-0. So that goal was massive. It was really cool to see Ella Toon score a goal like that. Like, it was just the stuff dreams were made of. I was super pumped when she scored, but credit to Kirsty Hansen for keeping that ball alive. That was a tough one to get through. Um, Overall impressions that I might have missed. I think going forward, I think the loss to Chelsea the week before was something that was a bit of a gut punch for them and that they didn't take lightly. So I think this was a wake up call for them to not rest on their laurels and to just play to their fullest going forward for every single game. Every single point matters, especially with how close the table is for this particular season and with how many how many games are uncertain because of the pandemic, because of weather conditions. There's been a lot of games in hand, so everything matters for this particular match. I think United's in the right direction, and this match certainly proves that. I I'm a big Casey Stoney fan, so I will say that her tactics are second to none. I think she is one of the great masterminds of footballing right now, and especially in the WSL, and she continues to prove it week in and week out. So if I had to sum it up, Galton, Toon, James, all three of them had a great match up top. They exercised a lot of creativity when they needed to, and they got the job done. So much so that United did a great job at retaining possession, getting the ball to them, that they barely really had to defend at all. I don't think Mary Earps made a save today. I don't think she had to make a save today. Trying to think a little bit. Yeah, I don't think Mary Earps had to make a save today, which is absolutely fantastic. That tells you almost all you need to know about how the match went. I'm trying to remember what happened to Harris. Like I said earlier on in the game, she was hurt. She picked up an injury. She collided with a Birmingham defender, I believe, or a midfielder, and she couldn't continue. But Kirsty Smith was subbed on right before the break, I believe, and she played phenomenally. I thought she did a great job playing into what I was saying earlier, where the fullbacks would get up a little bit higher and try to cross the ball into the center of the box. So there's that as well. One other thing I want to mention, which is a bright spot, was I saw a lot of great passing today from Katie Zellum. I think she did a really good job at getting through the midfield and getting the ball to Leah Galton on the left. There were a couple times where she'd have to get through traffic and try to get the ball to Leah Galton to try to shoot and create a chance, and I think she did a really good job at doing that. The other thing I've noticed in recent weeks is that it seems as though Millie Turner is like world class when it comes to heading crosses toward goal. She got her head on like two or three of them today, and she continues to shine and get some goals for United that way. So another positive note to take away from the game. So, guys, I think that'll do it for my overall thoughts on the United and Birmingham City match. Did you get a chance to watch it? Did you have a good time with it? What did you think? Feel free to jump down in the comments below and let me know your thoughts.